So starting?
Yes, you can start. Yeah.
Okay, good morning everybody. I'm Bilge Yaşar. I'm a PhD student under the advisory of Dr. Nurçin Çelik in the Department of Industrial Engineering. And today we are going to host our first TAG meeting for our project, which is Assessment and Evaluation of Advanced Solid Waste Management Technologies for the Improved Recycling Rates. So here's a basic outline for what we are going to cover today. Motivation and significance, what are our goals for carrying out this project. Proposed methodology for evaluation of advanced solid waste management technologies, which tool we are going to use to evaluate the technologies, and selection of pilot counties, which county we are going to select to start with to our project, and data collection, how we are going to collect our data and from which sources. And then I'm going to give some exemplary works within the United States for the advanced solid waste management technologies. And finally, I'm going to talk about expected benefits of our study. And I'm going to try to answer your questions. So, Florida State produced 32 million tons of waste during 2013. And as you see from the graph, 48% of these waste was sent to landfills. So we have some concerns about this situation. Because firstly, the landfills have limited capacity, so they are going to reach their design capacity very soon. And secondly, we lose the potential benefit that we would gain from recycling. So we should reduce the amount of waste which is sent to landfill, and we should increase the amount of waste which is converted into consumable products and energy. So we can do this by using advanced solid waste management technologies. So in order to do this, we are going to evaluate these technologies to decide which one is most appropriate for which county. And this will help to achieve the Florida 75% recycling goal rate by 2020. And this will also may help to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions for the state. So here there is a table, and you can see the type of advanced solid waste management technologies that we are going to consider for our project. They are divided into three main categories, which are thermal technologies, biological technologies, and physical technologies. And they use different kind of waste. It can be such as organic waste, food waste, plastics, and so on. And they process these waste into different byproducts, like electricity, like consumable products, chemicals for industry. And here is our methodology to evaluate these technologies for different counties. It's called analytical hierarchy process, AHP. And we have a goal, which is to select an appropriate advanced solid waste management technology for each county. And we have defined some criteria to compare all alternatives for each county. The first criteria is revenue. It's the recovered products should bring benefit to facility. They should gain money, they should earn money by selling the outputs of process. And the second criteria is tipping fees. The tipping fees must be cost competitive to compete with other facilities in the market. And the other one is capital cost. The capital cost is an amount that the county could afford to pay. And operation and maintenance costs must be reasonable, that the facility can afford to pay during the process life. And development period, it must be an acceptable time duration for the facility to develop and implement. And flexibility of process, the solid waste has a high variable content, high variable nature. So the process must be flexible enough to keep up with changes in the solid waste content. And the next one is land take-off facility and net conversion efficiency of process. It's how much of the waste received is converted into consumable products or energy. And ease of permitting, the project should be capable of obtaining the necessary local and state permits. And the marketability of recovered products, there should be a demand in the market to sell the outputs of process. And environmental impact, actually one of the main purposes of implementing advanced solid waste management technologies is reducing to damage environment. So it should not conflict with its main purpose. The public acceptability, we need to public support to implement a solid waste management technology. And the last one is number of facilities in the world. It's better if we have some similar existing technologies in the market to get some data from them. So we are going to compare all alternatives under each criteria separately. For example, for the revenue, we are going to compare all gasification, plasma gasification, and to waste converter, and then we are going to evaluate them according to their tipping fees performances. So this is how the analytical hierarchy process works basically. So here, the next two steps for our methodology for AHP, we are going to compare criteria to weight them. So for AHP methodology, we are going to compare first our criteria set, which are tipping fees, capital cost, environmental impact that I mentioned in previous slide. And we have a study scale to compare these criteria, and we need to create a group of experts to compare them. So for example, if the group of experts decide that criteria 4 is strongly more important than criteria 1, C4-1 is going to be 7. It's the scale that the AHP use. It's like 1 means equally important, 3 means slightly more important than the comparable than the other criteria, 5 means moderately more important, and until the 9 it's extremely more important. And for the comparison of alternative, for getting the weight of them, we are going to follow the same process. But here we are going to have 13 of these tables, because we are going to make this table for revenue, for comparison of alternatives under the revenue criteria, and then for comparison of alternatives under the capital cost criteria. We are going to make this table for all criteria separately. So we are going to have 13 tables from these. So after getting all weights of alternatives and criteria, we are going to find the total scores of them, and then we are going to rank them to find the best alternative from the methodology. And to find the total score, we are going to multiply the value of alternative under these criteria to related weight of these criteria, and then we are going to do this for all 13, and we are going to sum them up. So this is the total score. And for our project, for our methodology, we need to collect two main kinds of data. The first data is for the details of alternative. So it's like the tipping fee for gasification and the efficiency for gasification are not coming from the same web sources, because we couldn't find them under the same facility report. And as you see from the table, there are some missing information, because they are already emerging technologies, so there are a lot of unavailable data in the web sources. So our approach to this problem is to collect the data by finding a facility for each technology and collecting the data from them. Like we are going to find a facility for gasification, like from Florida, and we are going to collect the tipping fees, temperature, process characteristics, and capital cost, all the data from that gasification facility. And for pyrolysis, we are going to find another facility, and then we are going to collect all the data from them. So this will provide us to keep the consistency inside the data. And in this way, we are going to be able to find all the data from the same facility. So for the other data collection, for the other data type, it's finding the group of experts. These are the sources that we are going to use for the experts. It's Hinckley Center for Solid and Hazardous Waste Management, Florida Department of Economic Opportunity, University of Miami, some professors from University of Miami and from Environmental Engineering, and some professors from Florida International University. Here we have the names of professors, but we haven't confirmed it yet. It's not confirmed yet. So, yeah. And experts from the counties and cities. For example, if we are going to do this study for Broward County, we are going to find some experts from that county too. And Florida Department of Environmental Protection and United States Environmental Protection Agency, these are some departments that we can contact. So, selection of pilot county. We actually we are considering to select Broward County to start with the project. But why? Because most of the landfills in the Broward County are reaching their designed capacity. So this is a big issue. What we are gonna do with all the waste, solid waste? We supposed to find another landfill, or we are supposed to convert it. We are supposed to transform it into consumable products and energy. And the second one is there is a growing public complaints about the landfills in Broward County, according to the news. And the third one is solid waste management service is provided by both government and public companies in Broward County. So we can have more chance to find an opportunity to invest money on a new technology. And the fourth one is a Liberator waste to energy facility is going to be closed in Broward County. So there is going to be a great amount of waste, which is going to be landfill, or which is going to be converted into new consumable products and energy. So, and also Broward County is not a small county. It's the second most populous county in the Florida, and it's sending over 1 million tons of waste to landfills every year. So here there are some exemplary works from US. From these facilities we can collect our data, but we haven't decided yet. It's just they are just examples. The first one is a waste recovery facility. Actually, it's a waste recovery facility combined with anaerobic digestion. It's from Alabama. It's processed up to 225,000 tons of waste per year. And it's actually really a new facility. And it costs like $35 million. And the second one is again an anaerobic digestion, but it's from Florida. and it's a smaller facility than the one in Alabama, and it converts organic waste into biogas and fertilizers. So another one is a plasma gasification facility. It's from again Florida. It's from San Luis County. This project actually was terminated in 2012, and it was proposed in 2009. But there are all the reports for projects in the websites. If they gone through this project, it was going to process up to 600 tons per day, and it was going to generate almost 22 megawatts energy from this amount of waste, and it was terminated because of the worsened economic conditions and low public acceptance. And this country was going to be the first one among its same types if they gone through it, but it couldn't. And another one is a pyrolysis facility from New York. Actually, they are planning to develop a new facility, a new pyrolysis facility in Florida too. And for the facility in New York, for the facility in New York, they convert the unwashed non-recyclable plastics into syngas, and they process up to 22 tons of waste per day, and their recovery rate approximately 92%. So the next example is a bioenergy center. It's from Florida again. They use 4 states to convert the waste. It's gasification, fermentation, purification, and the power generation, lastly to create the energy. This facility processes up to 8 million gallons per day, and they generate approximately 6 megawatts energy from this amount of waste. And this amount of energy is enough to run the facility, plus to deliver the electricity to 1,400 homes. And another example, it's a dry fermentation anaerobic digestion from California, and this is the actually largest in the world among the same type of technology, the dry fermentation anaerobic digestion technology, and it's processed up to 270,000 tons per day, and it's per year. Sorry, I haven't realized it. And it converts the organic waste into energy, and And what the expected benefits of our proposed study? So we have direct expected benefits and indirect expected benefits. Direct expected benefits are we will develop a powerful decision-making tool for stakeholders in each county. And the most appropriate advanced solid waste management technology will be chosen for each county. And a comprehensive database for advanced solid waste management technologies will be created. And what are the indirect expected benefits? Finally, it will create energy, the technologies and products which meet the market demands. And they will reduce the greenhouse gas emissions, and they will create new jobs for the public, and they will have economic growth for the state. And they will also help Florida to achieve its 75% goal, recovery rate goal by 2020. So here are team members for this project. Dr. Mucin Çelik, Assistant Professor in the Department of Industrial Engineering. It's me, again PhD student here. And Merhab Bastani, PhD student in the Department of Industrial Engineering. So